Hello and welcome to this video where we talk about creating a high quality article that will rank in search results with artificial intelligence using Agility Writer. My name is Marc and I run an agency called Ecom Experts in Australia. And let's dive right into the video. So to set the stage, we're going to write an article about car accident lawyer in Edmonton, which is in Canada with a population of almost 1 million people. Now, before we dive in, I want to give you a little bit of a background of what I think has been missing previously in AI articles. So the original process that, let's say, good copywriters would use would be to collect information about the client first, right? Who are we writing about? So collect information about the client. Can we make this bigger? Yes. So information about the client. Then next, a good copywriter would basically learn about the subject. After they understand the subject, and learning about subject is broad. That can include things like finding statistics, checking out competitors, maybe even going into forums. What are people talking about? What are people chatting about on YouTube, Facebook, kind of social, find out what the social discussion is, right? And then they would start writing an article outline, most likely, to just create a rough draft of what should be in my article. The other thing actually before that would most likely be to put yourself into the user's shoes. So what does the user want to get out of it? The user want, right? Basically that the question is, if somebody types in the keyword car accident lawyer, what do they really mean? I mean, yes, they might want to hire one, but there's lots of other steps and questions behind that. I've written down a couple that I will share here. So, for example, they want to find out what is my claim worth, right? If I'm permanently disabled, I want to really know how much I can get now to pay for my disability. And I want to know that the lawyer that I'm hiring has won many cases before, so that he has experience, right? I want to know perhaps about the cost of hiring a lawyer. The type of accident would be good if that's covered. So if I've been in an accident and the truck has hit me, maybe I want to read a little bit more about truck accidents because that directly impacts me. And so on. So you get the idea here of what a good copywriter would do in terms of research. And then lastly, they would do the article outline. So it's no wonder that basically the AI articles were not able to reach the same ability or the same quality when the copywriter would do all these research steps and maybe spend even 1 or 2 hours on just researching all of these things if they're not familiar with the client and the article yet. But there has been a change. A lot of the tools now allow us to import a knowledge base. So we can now add information about the client. We can now add statistics into Agility Writer, and I will teach you how to do that now. So similarly, what does the user want? That can also be part of our prompts inside of Agility Writer. So let's get started. To show you the search results here, we've got a car accident lawyer, Edmonton. Number 1 ranking is Chatty Law. They have a DR of 13, 1 referring domain only to this internal page. Then the second ranking website has 38 referring domains. They're trying a bit harder to the internal page. And then Robinson is in number 3. Not trying at all with 0 referring domains and a DR7 overall. Okay, show you real quick what we're up against here. This is Robinson. These guys are not trying hard. No backlinks and also not really good content. We can see here quite thin content on this page. Then we've got Chatty Law. This is what their page is looking like. They're answering not really that many questions here. Do I need a car crash lawyer? What should I look for? But a lot of the questions that we talked about in terms of claims, other statistics and stuff, they are actually lacking. So let's see if our AI can create better content than these guys have. So what we do now is we pick a random law website that is not ranking well, and we will pretend this is our client and we're writing this article for them. So we've picked Safi Law here, and we're going to just copy their About Us page and grab that. We do that in order to basically get content that we can feed the AI. So we've copy and pasted that. I would tell the AI now to just clean this up a bit. There's a lot of stuff we don't need. So really simple prompt here. I've just said clean this content up. I need this for my website. Use bullet lists. Okay, cool. Now it looks like they have quite a lot of unrelated stuff. Like these guys don't just do car accidents, they do family law and stuff as well. So I tell the AI now here, remove all content that does not relate to car accidents. All right, I'm also telling it to basically make up some reviews here about car accidents. If this was a real client, hopefully my client would have reviews about car accident, bike accidents, and so on. But for this example, we'll make some up. Okay, nice. We now have our kind of background information about the company. We put that into a separate sheet here. We call this client knowledge. We will then also have a separate section about, we can kind of title this entities/people, right? It's about the people at the business. And we want to mention that because they are entities. People are entities that Google knows about. And so we now head back to the Safi Law website. We now grab the details here from Safi, and we're also going to tell ChatGPT to make this guy a car accident specialist, basically. Look, I'm not recommending to make up things if you obviously have a real client, but ideally you would have a client who is a specialist in the thing that he wants to rank for. So just kind of adjusting for that, as I don't have time to read through all of their profiles to see who is the car accident specialist. So make this profile a car accident specialist. All right, wonderful. We now have Sam, the car accident specialist here. And again, this is just for educational purposes. Perfect. We add this to our list of entities and people. Now we need to find out about the topic knowledge. So right now the LLM wouldn't really know much about car accident law, especially law in Canada and Alberta, I think was the region. For that I recommend Perplexity. So we're using a simple prompt here, research facts and laws about car accidents in Edmonton, Alberta and wider Canada. And this will go into our fact-finding section of the AI. So the thing that I really like about Perplexity is that it does go to a lot of websites and get the resources. Like here, it looks like it's gone to the Edmonton police website and also Legal Line, which is most likely a law website. So it tells you here about the process, what to do in a car accident, and also then suing for damages. If this was a real article, I would also tell it to research how much do people get paid on average in case of a successful car accident injury suit. But for the moment, we'll stick with these facts here. I would also go the extra mile and actually find statistics from 2023 or 2024, which you can probably get from government websites. It's just that these might have not been indexed in Google yet. So going that extra step definitely helps. Cool, quick formatting here to change that from the Perplexity Markdown format. And now we pop that into our client knowledge base over here. All right. Lastly, we want that article outline. So we don't need to rely on Perplexity to create that outline. Again, I like, we don't need to rely on Agility Writer to create the outline. I like Perplexity for my outline. So we're going with a simple prompt here, create an outline for car accident lawyer Edmonton in Alberta, find top ranking pages and create a similar outline. At least we now know that we will be roughly on the right track there with this outline, because it's going to visit, see, it's gone to Chatty Law already here. the #1 ranking website. It's going to visit them and create a decent outline. You can also in Agility Writer just let it decide on the outline, but that extra level of control if you're writing an important article might be just what helps you to rank a bit better. All right, we're telling it here. After it provided the outline, it's looking pretty good to also research some more facts around statistics and compensation numbers. So we basically need to make the outline match the facts. So because we have in our facts some statistics, and I also want to have some compensation numbers, we need to match those two up, and hopefully in a second we get a new outline that matches our data. So now we have our article outline as well over here. Let me see where it starts. Starts just about here. So why do you need a lawyer? What to do? Common car accident injuries, causes, statistics, compensation in Canada, how we can help, FAQs, and then contact us. So pretty decent rundown there. I have now built myself a ChatGPT converter because this format can actually not be taken as an outline in Agility Writer. So I'll show you what my formatter does. I'll actually give you guys access to this one. I think it's already published on the store. It's called PPX Outline to Agility. So you simply say convert, and then it should convert this into an Agility Writer outline. Sorry, Perplexity, Agility. So I had to tell the tool here to just keep the main headings because Agility just wants the intro and then these headings. We don't want all of these to be H3 tags. It would just be too much. You can see here, Agility would take these as subheadings or H3 tags, which would be like too long content. So that's why we're doing that. So we call this the Agility outline, Agility, and here we go. Cool. Now let me take you into Agility to finalize this. Okay, let me take you through the settings here in Agility. I like to use the create new and then advanced mode. And inside advanced mode, I have clicked here on the custom knowledge. So you need to enable that. For the outline, you then say fixed template and you copy and paste this template that we have just created. Okay, let's run through this step by step. So article title and main keyword, for me, that's always the same thing. Region, set it to Canada. Here, language, you decide yourself what language you want to write in. Main headings, I think we can set that to what we have here. So I would set this probably to 9 to 10 now, but I usually just leave it on 5 actually. So I'll just keep what I always do in here, because I think the custom outline overrides this anyways. So article structure advanced is fine. Model, I would recommend for you to use GPT-4o. I might have to use this one here, Mix GPT, because I'm on a free trial at the moment with this account. Now, no factual data. I would recommend here to go in-depth research. I believe this is where it goes out to search results. Writing style, I like the Unfluff Pro. It's nice and short and crisp without too much repetition. Introduction concise is fine. Conclusion concise is fine. Point of view, I like to set this to second person. So this will say, if you have been in a car accident, then our firm can help, for example. So it will mention you quite a bit in there. And you can set all of that up by setting up a project. And then once you have projects, you can select that client over here on the top right. So all of these settings, which you preset for the client, will be then applied as well. So it's quite a nice feature in Agility. So you don't constantly have to redo all of these settings. You do them once in a project and then they are applied. All right, let's go with our... I will leave this empty factual data source. I don't want the tool to now go out, bring their own data, because I'm supplying it already so much data. You can try that if you want, but I'm not going to do that here. Let's now pop in our custom knowledge. So we can have up to 10,000 words there, which is quite generous. Okay, for keywords, I usually don't put anything also because you can connect Neuron Writer to this, which then through Neuron Writer API, the tool would get some keywords. Other than that, you could put LSI keywords in there if you want to. I won't do that for the moment because I mainly want to show you the process here and the quality. And for me, yeah, it's just not necessary when you connect Neuron Writer. Without Neuron Writer, you might benefit from having a few keywords in here. Now, to explain the Power Up guide, we can write things here like write this from the perspective of Sam Safi, the founder of Safi Law Group, and make it warm and empathetic. So for each section, you can tell the tool here how it should write that, which gives you quite a lot of flexibility. All right, I like to have key takeaways. Styling will bold some things. Entity enrichment, I guess it will try to find related entities. Negative terms is like AI words that you don't want, like embark, for example. I can't think of any more right now, so we'll continue here. First-hand experience, no, that usually turns out bad. H3 should stay the same. Improve readability, I have used that and it turned out fine. Get a shorter article, that's usually a good thing. Authority links, I like to do these myself, so I keep everything here else here disabled. So I guess this is the first 6, keep those enabled. Add some more of your own negative words for AI, that would definitely help. I don't use AI images, so I keep that disabled. And right now I don't want to publish to WordPress directly. I recommend in this process that you still have a human in the mix. So I have a writer who is still writing all of the articles for our clients and an editor. However, we might test now in the future to have an article pre-written, which will then allow our writer to essentially focus more on researching the user intent and getting those unique details into the article, because they now have a pre-written article that they can use to work with, as opposed to spending most of the time writing up the article and the outline. We've now done that essentially already, basically just shifting the time or shifting the things that the writer spends time on. That's the goal here. All right, cool. Then we should be able to, oftentimes you still have to click generate outline. I would try here. No, it looks like it's now letting me create that, which is good. But sometimes it says you need to create an outline first before you can start writing. So I'll show you the article when it's done. So while we are waiting, let me show you here the output that my custom tool has created, which is a scraping of the competitor sitemaps. So we can see here Chatty Law was the #1 ranking website, and we can now see the folders on their website. So they have a URL called Edmonton Brain Injuries, and then under that they have a folder Edmonton Brain Injury Lawyer. So you can see they have a real focus on Edmonton, and out of the competitors that we're looking at here, they have by far the most pages just on Edmonton essentially. You can see these guys here. The second ranking one, injurylawyers.com. These guys have a lot of content around accidents in general and personal injuries, but they don't have that much stuff just on Edmonton. So hence why they probably don't rank as much. So we could argue here, both of these people don't have a ton of backlinks most likely. And we could argue that the Edmonton focus that these guys have has allowed them to rank quite well for this Edmonton keyword without any backlinks, right? We saw that Chatty Law, I think, had 1 backlink pointing to the page. Probably not a good backlink as well. So this is what my tool allows you to research really quickly, what that topical authority looks like and where it's coming from. And I will be starting a mastermind group very soon. So keep a lookout on this channel and perhaps on socials as well when I announce that, where I basically give you access to a lot of the tools that I have built and we will also be building new SEO tools together to help us all rank better. Okay, so the progress here is quite slow with the article. I think one article, if we do it the way we are doing it right now, would all take probably 10 minutes, which obviously for an AI article is quite a long time, but the quality has been good, so it's worth the wait. All right, and then you get situations where the tool just gets stuck at 23%. So I'm refreshing this right here, but yeah, it's stuck at 23%. So just wanted to show you the reality of using these AI tools. It will actually come good later, so give it 10-20 minutes maybe. But yeah, just wanted to show. So I can show you now how to actually grab the Neuron Writer connection while we're waiting. Inside of the URL of Neuron Writer, it looks like this. And you then simply grab the last part of that and come to Agility Writer. And you then put the query ID here. For this field to show, you need to first put the Neuron Writer API into your account. Please. Okay, now I can also show you the negative terms here. Beacon, unraveling, bombastic, debunking, delve, demystified. All of these wonderful words that ChatGPT loves to use. And I forgot before to mention to exclude quotes. I think it puts random quotes into the article. Not really sure why that's even a thing, but I like to disable that. The one on my trial account completed first. It's gone straight from 23% to finished. So the progress bar there has not been very. So now out of the box we have a score of 67. Not that I really care much about the Neuron Writer scores in general. I think there are other more important factors, such as the overall user experience on your page, and perhaps the density and keyword variations in the first, I would say 300 to 500 words. And I don't think Neuron Writer does a very good job at that. It also does not adjust for the content length really. That's why the longer your content gets, the better your scores will get, but your rankings won't necessarily get better. So I would take this Neuron Writer with a grain of salt. We're not looking really for the score here. We're just looking to have a good baseline for a readable article that then a copywriter can take and enhance further. So what I like here is that we now have a quite personable introduction. Hi, I'm Sam Safi, founder of Safi Law Group. With 22 years working in personal injury claims for people like you, hit hard by motor vehicle mishaps, I understand the challenges you face. I mean, that is a pretty good introduction. If you imagine having a picture of the founder, right? Because understanding how people think, you want to ideally work with the person who has the most experience in car accident law. So having a picture of the guy who's handling your case and a personal introduction, I think is quite a good idea on a page like this. So we have here the address of the firm. We could even say here, I think they call it Safi Law, right? Safi Law is located near Oliver Park. Bit easier for Google's machine learning to process that rather than if we say we. But yeah, then we've got key takeaways. Why you need a lawyer. This is what other ranking websites had. Again, we have here our own experience highlighted. What to do after the car accident. Already optimized for the keyword Edmonton. Again, our company is mentioned here and our people. Then car accident statistics, we have a section of that, including a table. So quite a lot of legwork would be done here. Of course, the article is not perfect. A good editor and copywriter can do better. Especially here, these FAQs seem a bit short. But overall here we have 2,000 words of content. Let me remove these references down here and see. Yeah, it's stuck at 2,000 words. So 2,000 words of content. I think it's okay if we're slightly longer than the competitors because they did not have statistics. But there would also be a bit of repetition here as it's usually with AI. So again, it still needs editing, but really nice start to having a decent article written for you, which can become a kind of money page article later on. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction of my process for writing AI articles with Agility Writer. Leave a comment below to boost this video. If you liked the video, give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.